Why would Real Madrid sign a winger who's missing the one thing that matters most? Speed. Mbappe is faster than Olise, Vinicius is faster than Olise. So why do Florentino Perez and Jose Mourinho want Olise so badly? Real Madrid was the most dangerous counter-attacking team in the world. Olise is not Vinicius Jr. He doesn't destroy fullbacks with raw explosiveness over 50 meters like Gareth Bale, and that's exactly what Madrid doesn't have. But that's not the main reason Florentino Perez wants him. Right wing is the hole in Madrid's squad right now, and without a left-footed right winger cutting inside, Real Madrid is playing on half a pitch, and that is where Michael Olise comes in. But why Michael Olise specifically? The answer lies in something most people miss. Florentino Perez doesn't just buy players, he buys status and power. For him, a player who says yes right away is good business. But a player who turns him down questions the very greatness of Real Madrid. How can a player reject the biggest club in the world? Mbappe played that game with Real for years. He chose PSG, signed new contracts, and rejected the royal white shirt. Perez has always had a weakness for players who prove their worth against his own club. Now the same pattern is repeating with Olise, but Murinho has his own reason. Olise is one of the few players in Europe who can create a counter from a complete standstill. Since Toni Kroos retired and Modric slowed down, Madrid has been missing the player who changes the rhythm of an entire match with a single pass. The last time Real had this kind of player was Angel Di Maria, and Di Maria was Mourinho's signing. But why would Mourinho return to Real Madrid? One of the biggest reasons is defensive control, and that tells you exactly why he refuses to give up on Michael Olise.
Look at how he's straight away. He knows that Kylian Mbappe is coming. He's sprinting. Look at him. He's disturbing Kylian Mbappe.
So why is this crucial for Real Madrid? Because if you think Olise only brings dribbling, you're wrong. Mourinho won't solve Madrid's defensive problem just by signing new center backs and fullbacks. Kylian Mbappe and Vinicius Jr. are luxury wingers out of possession. Their defensive work mostly comes down to occasional pressing on the center backs. In Kompany's high-risk system, Olise is trusted to drop back with discipline and help his fullback. And that is exactly why Kompany gives him so much freedom going forward.
Do you have the freedom when you are on the ball to go and dribble and create?
Yeah, the coach wants me to beat my man, to play, to shoot, to do what I want to do. So I'd say I have the freedom in that sense to play how I want.
And that's why Henry's words aren't just a compliment, they're a warning. Mourinho sees something in Olise that is extremely rare. A superstar who doesn't ask the system to adapt to him. Mbappe can attack space, Vinicius can destroy a fullback, but who between them controls the rhythm? The balance doesn't exist. And that's where Olise stops being a transfer. He becomes the solution, because Mourinho isn't trying to build a prettier Madrid. He's trying to build a Madrid that doesn't fall apart the moment it loses the ball. A dribbler sees the opponent in front of him. Olise sees the entire pitch behind him, and that's exactly why he's dangerous. And then they saw him. In the moment when the match was no longer football, it was panic. They're hunting the player who personally knocked them out of the Champions League. From that second, a front opened between Munich and Madrid, unlike anything these two clubs have ever had. Madrid and Bayern were never just rivals. They were business partners who respected each other's status. So where did the respect between these two clubs go? The front didn't open with Olise. It all started with Alphonso Davies. Instead of coming to negotiate with Bayern like they used to, they started taking players behind their back. Bayern is now using Olise to draw a line and tell Perez, this is where your power ends. And while they fight over him, Olise just scored a hat-trick for France. The impressive part isn't the hat-trick itself. The impressive part is how he took the keys to the national team. Have you ever noticed that after every World Cup, Real Madrid signs the biggest star of the tournament? Is that how Perez sees Olise? Because Olise is not a normal player, and nobody has explained why yet.
Michael Olise.
He plays simple, but simple is difficult.
Olise is a mutation in the modern game. On paper, Bayern wasn't looking for a new position. The numbers were good until Olise raised the ceiling with 88 goal contributions in 107 matches. Who's responsible for this change?